It's Halloween season, and what better way to celebrate than with a Hammer horror classic, newly restored and on 4K today on Classic Cinema Plus. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Greetings, classic cinema and TV fans. Jason here with you once again on another Classic Cinema Plus. And today we are talking about a brand new Hammer horror release that has just arrived here at Classic Cinema Plus Studios just today as we're recording this. And it is absolutely spectacular. Hammer horror, for many people, grew up with Hammer horror. I mean, because they took the classic horror, like the Universal monster pictures, and they completely flipped them on their on their head. I mean, really, and made them so, for its time, really shockingly gory, without being really gory, of course, but there was blood and there was kind of nasty things in it that really kind of for audiences at the time was really shocking. Now, of course, in this generation we look at it and we could almost say, hey, this is for kids. I mean, when you get down to it, in comparison to what we see nowadays. But for people at the time, it was really shocking, some of the stuff that Hammer horror was doing. And they did all of the things. I mean, the Mummy, the Dracula, the Frankenstein, you name it. Phantom of the Opera. They did all of the different ones. And one of the first ones of a series of films featuring Frankenstein, the iconic Frankenstein monster, was the Curse of Frankenstein. And look at this, brand new on 4K from Warner Archive Collection, the Curse of Frankenstein. Wow. This is awesome. Okay. My first introduction to Frankenstein in the Hammer horror was with Revenge of Frankenstein. So I never really watched the Curse of Frankenstein first. I actually watched the Revenge of Frankenstein and then the other ones, and then went back later on. But to see the Curse of Frankenstein in 4K, on 4K, is just insane. It's awesome. Okay, so, I mean, it's basically an origin story, if you will, of Frankenstein. After years of study, Victor Frankenstein brings a dead animal back to life through the power of science. Awed with the success, he decides that he must now build the perfect human out of human body parts. Okay, so it's basically an origin story, if you will. But it's with that Hammer horror flair that only comes from Hammer horror. I mean, it's amazing. I'm not going to go into great detail here because I just don't have time to do all that. But you can look here and you can see there is a ton of bonus features on this 4K and Blu-ray. I mean, there is just massive amounts of stuff. You got all kinds of audio commentaries, featurettes, restorations, and that's one of the cool things about this. Okay, so Hammer horror was bought, and the man that bought the Hammer horror library, decided he wanted to restore them to pristine condition, and so that's what he has done. Now, the Curse of Frankenstein, because I've watched a little bit of the documentaries and the featurettes a little bit, and I found out that the Curse of Frankenstein was actually not. They went to go back to the original, and it was just not in the greatest condition, so they had to get the next best best condition they could find, and then they began to lovingly restore this into amazing quality. And from the restoration that I've seen, it is mind-blowing how awesome this thing looks. I am looking forward to checking this out on 4K to actually see how great it is. I love the way Hammer Horror did the Frankenstein monster. Okay, because for Universal monster fans, we know the iconic, kind of like flathead with the bolts and the hole that Boris Karloff brought to the film, where Hammer Horror was a little more. They made theirs a little more actual, like an undead type creature brought to life, which made it kind of like more realistic and made you feel like, wow, this actually could happen, right? Which was really, really cool. Peter Cushing as Dr. Frankenstein is amazing. He's chilling and yet laid back, and horrific, and yet almost has that underlying of a loving doctor, if you will. I mean, it's just he plays it in such an amazing dynamic to where it's just all over the place, and in a way it just makes you go, wow, this performance is spectacular, right? I mean, it's just amazing. I love the artwork here that they did. I think this artwork here is just insanely cool. I mean, I just love it. I love that artwork. It's the same artwork from the slipcover that it is on the front cover of the card, that the insert, if you will. Okay, for the actual, and the thing got messed up there. Okay, for the actual disc, we got, there's your 4K discs. Okay, there. And okay, so this is your 4K, which is your bonus 4K thing. Okay, and then you got a Blu-ray disc. Okay, and I like the way that they made every disc different. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I'm excited about this. I've always enjoyed Hammer Horror. I have always, all through my life, I've always enjoyed a good Hammer Horror film. My favorite would probably be The Horror of Dracula, simply because I remember my dad saying that when he saw the Horror of Dracula, and he said that is one of the best horror films you'll ever see in your life. And so when I got of age, he told me, watch this. So I got of age and I watched it, and I was amazed. And I love the way that the deterioration, shall we say, of Dracula in that film is just amazing. The idea is that all of the Hammer Horror films are going to be digitally restored and remastered in 4K, and to bring back them to the amazing condition that they should look like. Okay, I can't wait to see The Horror of Dracula completely restored. But until we get to that, I'm going to revel in The Curse of Frankenstein. This is so cool. I want to thank all the hardworking people that are doing all the work to clean these films up and make them so spectacular. And then Warner Archive for releasing them on 4K. That is epically cool. And I just can't wait for more. I really can't. I can't wait to see more of this coming our way. So what are your thoughts on Hammer Horror? Do you like Hammer Horror? Are they one of your favorite kind of horror film companies? Or do you prefer more of the Universal monsters, or whatever the case may be? Let us know in the comments. I love reading your comments. You guys are great, so be sure to leave a comment below. Are you planning on picking up this new restored version of The Curse of Frankenstein? Let us know. We'd like to hear your thoughts, so be sure to weigh in. Also, be sure to go to Classic Cinema Plus. Check out our full website filled with tons and tons of reviews, many of which we don't even cover here on this channel. So there's tons of stuff up there. You can check that out. And be sure to give us that thumbs up. We would appreciate it. And be sure to share this channel with somebody and subscribe to this channel as well, and hit that bell so that you're be sure to be notified when the next video comes up. All right. And until we're with you next time, this is Jason wishing you a blessed Halloween season. Yeah, spooky Halloween season. Just to have fun with it, because it only comes once a year. It really does. It only comes once a year. Now, we may watch a lot of horror films all year long, but Halloween only comes once a year. So enjoy it, and don't eat too much candy. And until we're with you next time, have a great day. We'll see you next time. Bye.